Hello, race fans. Welcome to another episode of Short Track Guys Podcast, brought to you in part by Story Bleich Roofing. We've got you covered. Metal, slate, tile, asphalt, and shingle. We're locals you can trust. Right here in Pensacola, Florida, we're Story Bleich Roofing. Give us a call. I'm your host, Thomas Faddis, alongside two of the same short track guys in the studio as always. Jim Pokrant, driver of the 07 Sportsman here at Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. And Ted Baber, the Ted Baber Video Productions. What's up, guys?
Good evening.
What's up?
What's up? That's right. The three of us in the studio again talking short track racing. Once again, episode 20 coming up next week.
It's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Chili Bowl.
Yep.
Complete. We've got the Wild West shootout out in New Mexico. We had a little Kyle Larson, guys. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he was
once.
He was in one or two of those.
One time. In a plane.
Once.
Just a few.
In a plane with a lot of airtime in a plane. Ooh.
And our super late model season kicks off in 2024 in Cordele. We've got a fruit race, if you will. Protect your melon. We've got the lineup coming up there, and got a little off the wall kind of stuff to end up the show throughout. But let's get with this Chili Bowl deal. Out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Sage Net Center in Oklahoma. Oh boy, a lot of stories to tell about with that one.
It's driller time.
Yes. They're huge stories.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the best of the best in midget racing, the best of the best in stock car racing, the best of the best in sprint car racing, all these guys converge to run that one small race. It means so much to win one of those drillers. So, yeah, that's huge.
Yep, and Logan Seavey comes away with his second Golden Driller there, winning the Chili Bowl. A lot of storylines there. Kyle Larson, unfortunately, didn't make it. He was battling back and forth with plane tickets and flights back and forth from Tulsa to New Mexico with the Wild West shootout, and ended up having some success there for the weekend on Sunday night, but didn't take the championship. But ended up upside down in his prelim. Didn't make the finals, and we had not one or two accidents that happens at that main. But hey, Logan Seavey comes away with a win, and it's a big event, and we always go down the line with the Apple Belt Soup, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Dazen Persley, kudos to him. If you understand, there's 24 cars that are in those mains that are trying to finish the top four to move up, and he started in the D main and finished fourth overall on Saturday.
He went a long way to get to the end. Very long. But he persisted and got the win. That's what matters.
Well, the thing about it is, look at all the big names that have come out of that race, like Christopher Bell. Yeah. Logan Seavey and guys like Kyle Larson that have won this race previous that are now racing in the big series of NASCAR series. I mean, it's the same thing with the Snowball Derby. Look how many Snowball Derby winners are Cup champions.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I mean, these little races may seem insignificant to some NASCAR fans, but I'm going to tell you what.
They can put you on the map. That's
Well, Door Bumper Clear is talking about that. You know, that's a race that's definitely on your to-do list. You need to go to it because it's a fun race.
Yeah, and then get over with in a hurry. You have no time from the time they drop the green flag until the time they drop the checker. You have to go nads to the forefront. I'll put it
yes.
like
If you're starting in the backs and you ain't got nothing but balls to the wall for however many laps you got to run, you got to go get it. Yeah. You can't screw around. And you know, it's cool as heck, man. I mean, that's like I said, that's one that we've joked around about. It's on our dumpster list, but man, I would love to go because everybody I've heard talk about it said it's a once in a lifetime experience.
And we talk about lap traffic being a problem. It is a headache there because the track is so small and you get to them in such a hurry. You really have to be on top of your game to get through the traffic and survive to get to the end of the race.
Absolutely. But congratulations to Logan Seavey. Another name you're going to hear a lot from in years to come. That young man is bad to the bone. And there was also a wreck that I saw where a dude's helmet came off.
Oh.
Was another one of those ones where he flipped and this Hound's device was still hooked to his helmet, but something happened to the chin strap. They said he didn't have it strapped on. No, it did. It hurt the kid, but he went to the hospital and he got out and he's okay.
Well, that's fortunate.
Yeah, but they were like saying they didn't have his helmet. People, you know how people are. They know everything and they want to say he didn't, but man, that was a scary accident. I saw some pictures of it, and the kid's lucky he's okay. He's not hurt.
Definitely.
Yeah, when they get to bouncing around in there, that gets pretty dangerous, and goes to the safety stuff that they implement. Those they're 700 cc, something like that, 6 or something. Yeah, they're not like horsepower cars, but they're quick and they're bouncy. And when they start bouncing around, get upside down and everything, you don't go anywhere.
I mean, they put out their best effort trying to make the track smooth, but it is dirt. It's going to get rutted. You're going to be either down in the bottom trying to make the bottom work, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, or you're going to be out there in the cushion. Sometimes
you hook the cushion and doop, doop, doop. So.
Yeah, Logan Seavey, Buddy Copoid, Corey Day, Dazen Pursley, Hank Davis finished out in the top 5, and my hat's off to all those. I think there were over 80 entries, and they ended up with the A main on Saturday night with 24, and I think they went only 33 laps or something like that. But they don't go very far. But it's a week long ordeal to kind of get your car and get everything set up to make the A main, and to have not just one but win multiple of those. You can go back to the list and Sammy Swindell, Kevin Swindell, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson. They've all won multiple Trilly Bowls, and Rico Abreu has won it twice. Yeah. But Logan Seavey now joins that list of winning multiple Trilly Bowls and taking that Golden Driller home. But a lot of the guys, kudos to have a week long situation to get into that A main. So
right, yeah.
Well, Kofoid won the Tulsa Shootout. Yeah. And he runs second in this one.
Yeah.
He come close to getting him 2 drillers. It could have been 2 driller times for him. Ooh. That would have been pretty cool. But I mean, you got to consider what that young man went through 2 weeks almost in a row.
Right.
And made both features and won one of them and finished second in the other. That's a big, huge feat. So congratulations to Buddy Kofoid. He's another one that's going to be a name you're going to hear a lot about.
And their crews and their setup guys and everybody that worked on the car to get and the car builders and everything,
Yep. Well, you drive those midgets you drive for a team, and you better have a good team under you.
Yeah, and you better hope it's in one piece when you get done. A lot of them weren't.
No.
These events, they come quick. It is a short turnaround, and it kind of slows down. But when you get into the first part of the year, which we're going to start dabbling in here in our late model segment here just this weekend coming up in Cordele, but it is a short turnaround. And once they start getting to go, it seems like there's races every 15 minutes, but it's actually every weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Going to be a good what is it, the Protect Your Melon?
Yeah. Protect Your Melon.
Yeah, it's the Watermelon Capital Speedway, so it's pretty neat that it's Protect Your Melon, but there's going to be some big names there.
Yeah, and conveniently enough, there's going to be somebody whose name is synonymous with melons there, too. We'll run down the list of the supers.
And just want to say, there's a driver on that list that we were talking about not long ago who just disappeared.
Right.
He was at the Derby, but he wasn't driving anything.
He has reappeared.
But he has reappeared.
And that's good, because we've been wondering where the heck he was. So starting from the top, these are by random numbers, so don't get excited if you don't hear your driver at the beginning here. Starting with Tony Elrod, John Bolin. This is the super late model entry list. Brandon Jones, Anthony Cataldi, Steve Dorer, Conor Okrezik. He's a local hero, somebody we know very well. Gio Ruggiero, even though he's from Massachusetts, we know his name very well down here too. Billy Van Meter, Dave Farrington, Gavin Bichelle. Some guy named Bubba, Bubba Pollard, yeah.
Bubba Pollard, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Awesome.
He's one of the 26 cars. Dawson Sutton's in another one. And the Ghost, Casey Roderick, also in a 26 car. He's also entered. And then Timothy Watson, who's really local. He's from Panama City. Cole Butcher, who I think he wins the award for hauling the furthest to get to the racetrack from Hantsport, Nova Scotia, for crying out loud. And Stuart Dutton, who's just going around the corner, Tallahassee. Dustin Smith, from another local guy from Mobile. Daniel Webster, Jake Garcia, who we've heard a lot of, and we've talked a lot about him. Michael Goddard, Connor Jones, Jet Nolan, Jake Finch, Stephen Nassy, Bubba's best friend. Yeah, sorry. Matthew Craig, Michael Atwell, Josh Berry, Colin Allman, and Michael Hind are the ones we know of so far in the supers. And
impressive list of drivers.
That is going to be huge.
I wonder how many of those guys are going to run for the Stars Championship.
We'll have to just
Because you notice there's one missing, number 91, Ty Majeski.
Yeah. Well, he's got commitments.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff he's got to do. I mean, he may run the Rattler. I'm not sure which. I mean, he won a bunch of them. Bubba got him last year, but yeah, that it's good to see Casey Roderick back. It really is, because he's one hell of a shoe, and I don't know what happened between him and Ronnie Sanders, but he got out of that car and then he was driving Anthony Campy. He was supposed to run all of the races last year, didn't. And now he's back in that 26 car, which I can't, Platinum Motorsports, I think it is. I believe that's who those guys are. So good to see him back in a race car. But, I mean, Brandon Jones, who's almost won the the Xfinity Championship. You've got Ross Chastain running the pros.
Okay.
And, I mean, just a great list of cars. It's going to be a good weekend of racing. It's one of the ones I'd love to go to. If I didn't have to work Saturday, I would probably jump in the truck and haul Bud up there and find me a hotel room, spend the night, and go to that race. But I can't.
Speaking of the pros,
yes,
let's check out that list of entries that we have so far. It's Gage Rogers, Jeremy Miller, Scott Mosley, Brandon Lopez, Steve Dorr, Benjamin Jones, Christopher Tullis, Chase, I'll give it a shot, Pinsino, I hope that's how that's pronounced, Mike Hopkins, Tim Sozio, Hudson Bolger, and the aforementioned Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain, from Alva, Florida, Kevin Cremonesi, Alan Gordon, Grant Thompson, local guy from Mobile.
Yep.
Augie Doggie's going to be there, Augie Grill, and Seth Christensen, Stephen Nassy, George Phillips, Josh Hicks, Zach Dixon, Michael Hine, Cale Hall, and Zach Johnson from Franklin, Tennessee.
Well, congratulations to Grant Thompson. He was our truck champion at Five Flags.
Yes.
And you mentioned Timothy Watson, who was our Outlaw champion this year.
So our champions are moving on too. So
yeah,
it's good to see that.
Timothy Watson, that kid is a wheel man, son. He is going to be somebody we're going to see in the big super late model races, and probably winning a few of them before too long.
Also believe he took that challenge where he had to start at the tail end and just kind of said, "See you, field. I'll be gone. I'll be out front."
Dude's good racing, man. I'll tell you what, this season's kicking off right. That's going to be, that might be worth getting the paying for Speed Vision or Racing America or whatever to watch that one, because that race always good. And you talk about Conor Kresick, he won that race. Remember, he passed Kyle Busch.
Yes.
He went door to door with Kyle Busch and he cleared him and won that race. So Conor's got a shot.
I wonder how the weather is going to play out this weekend too with that. All that cold weather that we've had here, and we'll just have to see. But Ted, you said that they were going to run pretty much regardless.
I'm hearing they're going to go regardless of the weather. So it's going to be in the afternoon. It might not be terribly comfortable, but
it'll be like a balmy 45.
Yes, something like that.
Just make sure you got a team you can hide in their hauler and warm up, or bring a heater with you. If you sit in the grandstands, go buy you a propane heater. It'll keep you nice and warm.
A little buddy.
Oh, yeah. Because we went to Southern this past Saturday night, and it was cold.
Oh, yeah.
It was miserable for the Five Bologna 150 Crown Vic race. And Adam Salter ended up winning that, and my buddy Nate ended up running third. They started 30 cars and 4 finished. And one of them was on like 3 cylinders. He was like, put.
Hey, but it made it.
I don't know why those cars were breaking, but they broke a bunch. I don't know who won the Enduro race. Sorry, everybody. It didn't stay for that. I had to book it for the Five Flags Awards banquet, which I was attending of, which was it was a nice deal put on by the Speedway. And just let me get this out. It's a pet peeve of mine. If you're a champion, show up.
Yes.
If you're in the top 5 in points, show up. Don't just go, well, finish 5th. I don't want that trophy. No, do it for your sponsors. Do it for your team. Do it for the racetrack. Yes. Support the dadgum banquet.
Right.
Because it'd be real easy for Tim or any track to go, you know what, I'm not doing it awards because these guys don't appreciate it.
Yeah. That could very well happen.
And then you're down to walking out on the front straightaway and go, here's your jacket, here's your trophy, see you later.
Thanks.
Yeah, gee, and the food was excellent. It was a cutting board. I have to admit, food was really good. So kudos to Tim and them for the cutting board. And it was a good awards banquet. Enjoyed seeing all the drivers, talking to my friends.
And our buddy Dave Pradlock was there too. So
sat with Carter Taylor's dad. Sat right next to me. Really nice guy. Like him a lot. he knew who I was and talked to me like he was my best friend. I didn't know I couldn't think of his name. And he goes, I'm Carter Taylor's dad. I'm like, oh, man, that's right. And then Carter walked up, talked to them, sat across from the 01 truck. I can't think of his name right now, but he was there with us. He finished top 5 in points. Trace Capers. It was good talking to him. I've never really had to think of it. I asked him, if he'd like to come on here sometime. He said he would. And he's the only guy that could beat Grant Thompson.
Right.
So, and they got to talk to Grant Thompson again and his dad. And it was good to see everybody. But it was a good awards banquet, good racing at Southern. Everything was cool this past weekend. That's my live report.
Yeah, and so what's up with the SRX series now? I mean, we had a good 3 solid seasons with everything on from CBS. Then I switched to Thursday Night Thunder on ESPN. And now all of a sudden,
it's dead.
It's gone.
And it's a shame.
Yeah, that was good racing.
Oh, my God. I mean, Five Flag Speedway was packed.
Yes.
900 degrees, people dropping out in the grandstands, but nobody left.
No. And walking around the pits before that, oh, my Lord, the people you saw running into Helio Castaneda's, just
Tony
everybody,
Stewart.
Bill Elliott, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, just all kinds
Ryan
of folks.
Newman.
Yeah.
Our boy, Bubba Pollard, who won his heat race and finished second.
Oh, he's so close.
If he hadn't had a flat tire, he would have won it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the point is, my opinion with that, the first year was the best.
Yeah.
Second year was great because they did it with the local drivers. Then the third year, they went to all NASCAR drivers, and it kind of screwed it up.
Right.
Because somebody would get out front and drive away.
Yeah.
Nobody won. There was no battling hardly. The wrecking was in the back of the pack, and then you got Paul Tracy tearing everybody up.
Yeah.
So
takes away the local flavor too. You have all the local tracks. If you have a local driver, they have somebody to root for, and it's a whole lot more interesting to them.
And you had people like Marco Andretti,
Yes,
Helio Castroneves, these guys that have won the Indy 500.
yes,
And Helio Castroneves crawled the fence at the historic Five Flag Speedway. I mean, how cool is that?
The iconic pictures.
But they'd already sold tickets to the majority of these races, and now they've come out with a statement and quit.
Yeah.
My opinion, Ray Evernham, who was part of SRX,
All right.
bought the rights to IROC.
Kind of similar things there.
But he had stepped away from SRX, but he owns the cars and the shop. They work out of his shop. So I'm wondering if he went, I'm shutting this down. We're going to go to IROC.
No. Well, the pretty words are the racing industry. This is directly from SRX2. A quote, the racing industry continues to evolve and we are actively exploring strategic options for the series' long-term potential. We made this announcement now to allow our partners the time and flexibility to best serve their interests. Now that's nice, that you're giving them plenty of notice, so they're not expecting to have a race and not there.
Well, they had already expected it, but it didn't happen. But that's a nice Laura jargon for we're doing something different, and if you don't like it, we don't care.
Well, when you have that kind of money, I guess, you can play with people's emotions like ours.
I guess, but I hate it because it was such a good. And the Thursday Night Thunder thing, I didn't like it. I didn't, because if you don't have cable, if you had CBS, you could see all the races.
Right.
I think they should have stuck with that. I like the fact they had different guest commentators in the booth, which made it interesting. And it was just fun to watch.
Oh, yes.
Especially when the local guy, like our boy Bubba, got in that one and he drove the wheels off that thing. He's cut, and he stuffed Ryan Newman in the fence on the back straightaway, like dude coming through,
Sorry, I gotta go.
But I mean, he had to race against Tony Stewart.
Yeah, this is my house.
Yeah, you playing in my home.
That's it.
But I mean, you remember back in the day when Cup drivers would get money to go to these local short tracks and drive people's cars. People would paint their cars up like the Cup car, put the sponsors on there. They would get extra money. The local teams would. Well, they stopped doing that because some Cup drivers got hurt doing that because they get in a car, the seat's not what it's supposed to be. The car's not what it's supposed to be, and the driver hits the wall and gets hurt. They can't race in Cups. So that's why a lot of those guys quit doing that. Because you remember Bobby Allison, he was everywhere.
Yeah, he
and
was.
Darrell Waltrip was too early in his career. If there was a short track race and Darrell could get to it, he was there with one of his Camaros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what made, you could see the NASCAR guys racing the short track. I agree with them bringing in one or two NASCAR Cup guys, race against the local guys, just to put on a good show.
Yeah. With
the SRX cars, because they were safe. They were a controlled environment.
Right.
I like that idea. I don't like the fact that it's shut down because it's ruining it. I mean, like I said, every racetrack they went to, some of the racetracks had record attendance.
Yes. It was really a boost, a shot in the arm for that particular track.
You're right.
Too. Great exposure nationwide, so it's all positive, all good stuff.
Well, you got somebody sitting at home that lives nearby and says, well, hell, I didn't know that track was there, and that's a pretty neat looking speedway. We'll have to go check it out. It brings fans in.
Right.
Even showing live streaming races local, like you were talking about with Five Flags, doing live stream races.
Right.
Yeah, okay, some people are going to stay home and not going to come to the track, but the drivers all have to come.
Yeah.
So we still bring the money, and eventually people want to come see it live. But when they can't see it live, they can watch it on TV or on their phone. It kind of helps get the excitement for the speedway.
Right. Generates a little bit of help, a little assistance, a little exposure.
Yeah, but I just think it going away sucks, and it's probably going to be replaced with this new IROC series that Ray Evernham's come up with. I like Ray Evernham, I respect the man, but he should leave SRX the short track version of IROC, and then have your big race version of IROC.
Do what you want with yours, but leave this one alone, or they can continue to grow and help develop the small tracks, which is where we live.
Instead of Superstar, just call it Short Track Racing Experience.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and then have your International Race of Champions.
On the big ones.
Yeah. Bring some of those guys down. I don't know what the answer is. I don't have the money. I'm not a money guy.
I don't have the crystal ball.
No, but I just think that it's crappy to shut that series down as successful as it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be different if it sucked the last year, but it did. It was pretty good. The crowds came. I think it would have had a successful fourth season, but I guarantee Evernham probably took some of the money that was going toward SRX and said, hey, I'm doing this IROC thing. I need you guys now. Went, you know what? Screw SRX. We're going to go do it. And I bet you it's what it comes out to be. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to come back on here and say I'm wrong. But I bet that's what it is.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, could be a money thing.
Well, everything goes back to money.
Right.
Yeah.
Money, money, money.
Yep.
Money. But I mean, it's sad. It destroys a great series.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, racing like we do. And you got a certain sportsman car that the guy said he'd sell for $45,000.
What?
Yeah. 45 grand if you want to buy that car.
No.
Yeah. And he beats us all by a straightaway and he wants to whine and cry about everybody else. I don't understand that, dude. And he knows who I'm talking about. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't agree with it. Sorry. I like the guy.
Wait a minute. $45,000.
That's what he told someone that I know.
And this is what car are we talking about?
Number 11 sportsman car.
$45,000.
What he said he had in that car.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
That's just ridiculous.
No.
Yeah, to win 500.
Right. Well, I know.
And if you've got that kind of money, build a truck.
Yeah.
Go race trucks. Go race late models. Well, I can't run a late model for that. You could run a damn outlaw.
Yeah. I know somebody had $80,000 in an outlaw, which I thought was ridiculous.
Well, that's just, it's what Frank used to put it best. It's for high school kids picking on grade schoolers for their lunch money.
Right.
We race because we love doing it, but we don't like getting our asses kicked on a regular basis.
No, it's just insane to have that much money in a car where you're not going to ever. I know you're not in it for the money, but good Lord, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, especially when they could go through it with a rule book and probably put about quite a bit of that money back in his pocket because he ain't going to get to race.
Yeah.
But they won't do it.
Yeah.
And there are several teams planning on not running with us this year over here, so we'll see how it turns out.
Okay. Wow. News.
Revelations.
Yes, no doubt. I never saw that coming.
Nope.
Well, IROC, hey, good luck. Maybe they can do something with it. SRX, hopefully, just sit on the sidelines and see what happens. Maybe you come back, maybe you don't. I don't know. It's just part of it. Some in, some out.
But it sucks.
It does. It absolutely does that.
But, I mean, if you look at all the great short track series, the SRL late models, the Cars Tour, the CRA late model tour, the Stars National Tour, the Blizzard series, the Wisconsin series they have up there, out in the West Coast, the SRL series. I mean, there's just huge late model series going off everywhere around the country.
And Carolina Pro Late Model Series.
Carolina Pro Late Model Series. Get your butt out to a racetrack and watch some of these guys because you're going to miss out on some of the best racing you'll ever see. dirt racing too. The dirt late model guys always put on a show, especially the big guys. Coming up, we got Kenny Wallace coming. I think Kenny Schrader's going to be here to Southern Raceway. They're going to run at Baker and at Southern, and the modifieds. They're going to put on a good show. So get your butt out to a short track and spend some time getting dirt thrown on you. Yeah. Get your butt out there and catch a rubber dust on your face and hear the noise for real and smell the smoke, smell the rubber, and watch the action.
Yeah, if you get too close, you can get something more than just dust in your. I've been there, done that. That hurts.
Yeah.
But, hey, it's fun.
Yeah,
I like being there. I'd like to be right on the rail.
Don't forget January 26th and 27th, the Monster Truck Show out here at Five Flag Speedway. I wonder what that's all about.
Be there.
Monster Truck Show.
Mm-hmm. I've heard those guys put on a pretty good show. They take up the infield. They don't do it on the track. They actually do it in the infield.
Right.
So they can actually do the jumps and the backflips and stuff. From what I understand, these guys put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, I know they do it in the at the downtown at the Civic Center. They've done it in there before, and there was no room in that place.
No, it's like bap. That's it.
Done.
Bap, 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 bap. That's all you get, a little burst of speed, but nothing major. I remember the first time they had them down there. We went, and this monster truck rolled over on top of this other one, and it was back when they still ran stock bodies.
Yeah. And
it was a square-bodied Chevrolet, and the bed hit that square body on the nose, knocked the blower off the motor, knocked the front end off of it. Oh, it was sad.
Yep.
It was a beautiful truck, and it was completely destroyed.
Oh, man.
Well, it looks like tickets are going like hotcakes. So I'm at their website right now, and they're looking like everybody's been buying tickets. So get them.
Get them often.
Yeah, go watch.
Saturday,
take
Sunday.
Your kids, man. The kids would love that. Man.
Yep. Just $10 for the kids.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, hell, I might go on the 28th, the 27th. That's what I'm going to announce. Anybody out there that's in our listening audience that wants to join us, we're doing the Mardi Gras parade the 27th of January. We meet at the Civic Center in Milton. If you have anything, if you have any questions, just email me at jbp07@hotmail.com, and I'll give you details. If you want to come out and bring your kids, we're going to put them on the car trailer. I'm building a little railing so they can't fall off and they can't go anywhere. I got plenty of throws. If you got some, bring them with you. We're gonna light it up as the crew of left turns. So
that's inventive.
and come out and support us and yell for us and have a good time and stand near the judges so we can win first place or at least win an honorable mention in the judging of the float. So
Any candy, beads, moon pies, anything?
No candy, but there'll be lots of beads, lots of throws. We have some stuffed animals. We got some little. Dawn, my girlfriend, bought some wristbands that have checkered flags on them. We're going to throw just stuff like that. I've got some koozies. I've got a few koozies left of ours, and I'm going to hand them out. So it's going to be neat, man. We're going to have a good time. So if you want to come out and join us, please give me a heads up. Let me know how many people are going to come so we can arrange everything.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
It's a blast. I've done it before.
I hear you.
So.
And you can actually throw the beads, because I remember one time we had to hand them out because somebody was afraid of being hurt.
Well, in Milton, you can throw stuff.
Yeah, throw to, don't throw at.
Yeah,
throw to, don't throw you. Yeah, how many times I've been hit in the face in downtown Pensacola?
Yeah, you can't misadjective somebody.
Yeah, right.
You threw them at me. Yeah.
Boo, frickety hoo. Don't go to a parade if you don't get stuff thrown at you.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get thrown at you, not to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boring people stay at home.
Yep. Yes. Well, a lot of people ride those floats, have a little partake in the alcoholic beverages, and they love slinging stuff at people. So
the adult beverages. Yeah.
Some of those floats have bars built inside.
Oh, my God.
Ouch.
And they have their own porta toilet built onto the float, so if the condition arises, they can go in there. But they usually have a bar. It's fully stocked. They go in there and get them a drink. And...
Oh, Lordy. That's different.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mardi Gras.
Gentlemen, this is about where our parade comes to an end. We've got, boo-hoo.
We threw all our beads.
Yeah.
No moon pies.
No moon pies left.
No.
We're totally out.
There's a bowl full of candy, though.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
How do you think we get up for this show?
I mean, I still have my Christmas tree up. Christ, you know.
Yeah, sure do. Yeah. It's a race tree. It's no longer Christmas.
It is.
It's now the Short Track Guys podcast racing tree.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, I
Got
like
lights
it.
on it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
We need to hang some checkered flags on it and a couple of cars with some strings. You know, hey, there we go.
I'll cover it with our T-shirts and our hats.
There you go. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. Well, get with Jim on the parade, and we will get to you next Wednesday with results of that Protect Your Melon big super late model races kicking off 2024 as far as we're concerned. There might be some others around the nation, but that's the one closest to us that's got the big names in it. We will post those results and go over it with you, and hopefully there's no real drama to go over, but you never know.
No.
But we will.
No, never with race car drivers. Drama?
Right, yeah.
Come on, man.
Stay tuned.
We're the most mellow bunch of guys you ever met. We never fist fight or do nothing.
Nassie and Pollard are going to be there. Just saying.
I think Bubba's going to put the spanky on.
Yeah, probably.
He'll probably be so far out front, no way Nassie catching his weight on him. Let's hope.
Yep. We will know next Wednesday.
Yes, we will.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to another closure of an episode this week, Short Track Guys podcast. In the studio, we're going to do the
Yep.
all together, really. 1,
2,
3. Let's go, Brandon. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.
be strong, America.
good night.